President Putin, recently you ordered your troops into Ukraine, which is a sovereign nation, and this was a mistake. You underestimated the capability and the fighting spirit of the brave Ukrainian people, and that's understandable. My country made that same mistake in Vietnam, in Iraq, and in Afghanistan. These mistakes led to drawn-out conflicts that depleted our finances, our materials, and cost us much of our most precious resource of all, American blood. Your country has made that same mistake in the past as well. In Afghanistan, and more recently in Chechnya. Now you have made that same mistake again, but you have also made another mistake. You misjudged the international community, who has universally condemned your actions. You have been cut off financially. Your supply chain has been severed. You are standing alone from a military perspective. You will receive no support. Yet on the contrary, your enemy, the free people of Ukraine, are going to receive an unlimited supply of weapons, ammunition, fuel, food, and troops from nations around the world. This will be a war of attrition against the most well-supported freedom fighters the world has ever seen. And you will lose. That is the reality. But I don't want that. I do not want war. I do not want suffering. And I don't want to see our once great ally, the Russian people, consumed by the devastation of war. So, I am solemnly requesting that you immediately correct this mistake by withdrawing all your troops from Ukraine starting within the next 48 hours. If you do so, I will personally see to it that there are no further ramifications against your country. I will find a way to negotiate a peaceful agreement with Ukraine that addresses your concerns. And finally, I will help rebuild your infrastructure, and I will support actions that will help to rebuild your economy. This is a generous offer to your nation, a nation with a history of great strength, a nation who we once stood side by side with to defeat the evil Third Reich. I hope you accept this request for peace. But if you do not comply, there will be consequences. I have been to war, and I do not like it, but I know how to wage it. 12 hours ago, I gave an order sending 3 aircraft carrier battle groups to the vicinity. I also gave the order for the deployment of 50,000 combat-ready soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to our NATO allies bordering Ukraine. These include surface-to-air and surface-to-surface missile systems. It includes combat aviation and aviation support teams. And it also includes medical, logistics, infantry, and special operations units. The United States of America will bring the full spectrum of lethal warfare to the battlefield. That being said, we will not get into a ground war with you. America does not need to. The brave Ukrainian men and women will fight for their own country. History tells us of their courage, and they are already proving their mettle in battle once again. But with our technological capabilities and assets, our eminently prepared troops, and our partnerships with allies and the undaunted Ukrainian people on the ground, I promise you, your aircraft will be destroyed. Your missile systems will be destroyed. All of your tanks and armored fighting vehicles will be destroyed. Your naval vessels in proximity of the conflict will be destroyed. And many of your fine soldiers and sailors will be killed. It will be a devastating loss, and your country's military and economy will take years to rebuild. But I don't want that. My generation of Americans have been at war for 2 decades. We don't want war. We want peace. For Russia, for Ukraine, for Europe, and for the world. So please carefully consider my offer. Withdraw your troops. And let's move forward together in a positive way that avoids further war and bloodshed and brings peace and prosperity to the world. The choice is yours. I am standing by for your reply.